low for them. Plus 19 on the glass for FGCU is the most this year. It's the biggest rebounding differential. Jamal, with his first career double-double. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach and open it up.
First of all, I thought an unbelievable atmosphere. Crowd was terrific. Appreciate their showing up and supporting the program. And thought it was a little bit of a weird start to the game. I thought both teams sort of had a little rough offensively. I think a lot of that's attributed to the defense and probably a little bit of nerves. I thought when we were able to get some consecutive stops, we were able to get out and run there in the second half to get us going and sort of stem the tide in the first half by playing through foul trouble. We were able to get through that without getting guys in too deep of foul trouble. And I thought obviously the backboard was big key, and we weren't able. Last time we shot the ball horribly. We were able to shoot the ball a little bit better in the second half.
Not to get you in trouble or anything, but it was 10-6 at the half on fouls, and obviously Chase, sitting on the bench with 6 fouls. You got DeJuan with 3, and again, that was a pretty big deal. I'm sure that was a pretty big concern for you.
Oh, it was big because DeJuan with 3 fouls. I mean, obviously we had Bernard with 2, so we were worried about that, and we put DeJuan in harm's way. And I think a couple of times with Chase we had some ball screen defense that forced him to rotate and got him in foul trouble, which we need to eliminate that. We've talked to our perimeter guys and our post guys, and sometimes these guys have to step out of the way. We picked up a couple ones that we shouldn't have fouled on, but that's all part of it. We just have to play out of trouble.
Chase, got dinner plans or?
We lost the bet. Had to wear the outfit.
Looks like I won.
Hey, it's Friday night. Is there a problem?
No, not yet. I have that in May. Special occasion or just?
No, just came ready for work. He dresses like the Mercer coaches a little bit. So they come with a bow tie. No, I'm not cracking a joke. They wore bow ties and had suspenders on.
Would you talk about the rebounding? You mentioned Jamal first off, but why that was such a critical focus for you guys, obviously?
Yeah, they lead the league in conference and rebounding margin differential. So we know to stop them, you have to limit them to 1 shot. And then we had to try to steal a few offensively. Jamal did a great job helping us rebound down. Corsi last game really killed us rebounding the ball. So we were able to box out and he was able to come clean it up. And that was big on us. And to have that big of a differential on a team that rebounds so well is a huge part of the game.
It is senior day tomorrow. Are your parents in for, you're the only senior and stuff. Are they going to be here tomorrow or are they in?
Yeah, my parents are here. Senior day's Sunday.
Sunday, I meant Sunday. My bad. I know. Yeah, that would stink, wouldn't it?
And you had 6 fouls in the first half, right?
Yeah, they had 6 fouls in the first half. But yeah, they're here. A couple of my friends came down, and I have a lot of close family friends over here.
Coach, Chase mentioned about Corsi, about how he had a big game the first time. This time it seemed like Hicks really responded well in the first half. Did you talk to him, or it seemed like he really rose to the occasion?
As did Eric. I thought Eric, and he's a presence down there. I mean, he's tough to guard. I thought he did a good job. They tried to establish the inside game in the first half and did a good job. We talked about that at halftime because they were catching the ball with both feet in the paint. The second half, they didn't. I thought our guys did a little bit better job of getting an arm around him, kicking him off the block a little bit, and I think that was a big factor for us. And I thought Nate did a really good job protecting the rim.
Yeah, made him work for him this time. Seemed kind of effortless almost in Mercer.
They did. I mean, the bottom line there was they got a lot of easy shots at Mercer, which we gave up. And they took advantage of them like they should because they're a good team. And when you give up that many easy baskets on the road, you're going to put yourself in harm's way, and we did.
What was the difference in this? What was the difference in the second half going on that run? You guys extended that lead out to 9-10. I think it was like 49-40 at one point. What was different about what you guys did there in those couple of minutes?
We were able to string some stops together, and part of that was defense, and they missed some shots. I mean, they had some shots. I thought we did a better job. Guys did a better job of closing out, contesting, and then they did miss some shots. And I think our guys, once we got some rebounds, we were able to get in transition. And if we didn't get transition, I thought we were pretty efficient with the ball for the most part.
Did you sense them starting to wither a little bit? It seemed like they started to get a little bit tired, and you guys were just kind of blowing right past them during that run and stuff, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of, like Coach said, we got them on the backboard. We kind of got them tired off there because we hit them every single time, and then we were able to run over and over and over, and for a while you're going to get worn out with that. So, their ball screen defense started to get lower, a little slower on the hedges, and I was able to turn in and get these guys shots and stuff. I think they were tired, though.
Do you feel the same way, Jimmy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a big emphasis. Coach wanted us to, not even just like pressure them, just, slow the ball down so when they get across half, 25 seconds on the shot clock. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they started to wear down. I mean, rebounding. I mean, we did pretty much everything at a high level tonight, and it was pretty much because of the atmosphere. It was same, nothing like we had all year.
Let me
Coach,
ask
what
you,
about Philippe? Talk about his play in the first half.
He was terrific in the first half, especially. I mean, he had some shots when we were struggling offensively with the. He was able, they closed out. He made some great pull-ups. I thought his defense was good. I mean, what he did was he kept us on track when we were struggling, and that's what you need, guys to step up. I mean, Melo kept us on track in the first half, and you had guys defensively like Nate that was mentioned. But I thought Phil, it was a major factor in
He
the first
seemed
half.
to keep his poise pretty well during the whole game, as opposed to some other games. He let his emotions.
He's starting to mature. I mean, he's maturing. That's what all these guys have done, and I think he's done a good job of accepting his role. He knows he's going to play minutes. He knows what his job is, and I think he's done a really good job this year of playing his role.
Chase, is it almost like this isn't even the same place you were at 4 years ago? I mean, that atmosphere tonight was just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's completely different. The entire seats are white rather than 4 years ago. They're all blue because there's no one in them. So it's changed a lot in that aspect, and it's something we can't take for granted. We've worked hard to get here. Obviously, bringing in a lot of new players when Brett and Bernard came in, then we're getting Jamel, Nate, and transfers like Eric. It's going to help to have that high level of talent. But we got to keep winning, and it starts. They love to watch the way we play, our style, where we play fast. We play good defense, and that really is what is keeping them coming.
Joe, best game Jamel's had for you guys?
He's been terrific, I think, the last 2 weeks. That was maybe his most complete game. But I think a big factor for us is his play. And he's been playing at a high level the last 2 weeks. And him playing at a high level doesn't necessarily mean he needs to score 25 points. He needs to do things that help us. He's aggressive. He rebounds the ball. He's a presence. And he was a major factor tonight, and he needs to continue to be a major factor.
How much of those 13 rebounds were your teammates helping you out with boxing out versus you just going up and getting it?
I mean, I would have to commend my big fellas down low, Nate, Eric, Chase, I mean, they're down there fighting all the time. I had 13 rebounds, but I mean, I would credit them for probably over half of them because they're boxing their man out, and I just come out of nowhere and just get it. So, I mean, but Coach has always been on me about rebounding the ball, and even when I am rebounding the ball like tonight, he's still going to remind me, rebound the ball. So it's just something that's like programmed in my head now to just keep rebounding because I know he's going to be on me about it if I don't.
Brett, what were you guys doing defensively? I mean, I think they shot 30% from the field. I mean, especially a team that shoots so well from the three-point line. How did you keep them off that?
Well, we changed up how we were going to guard the ball screen a little bit. That was our main focus. We went up there and they really killed us off it. They kept on throwing it to the big man over and over and over for dunks and layups. So we switched it up on them in a way that I'm not going to really tell you guys. We can keep using that. But we just changed things up and made them have to do some different options and not get the normal play that they always get.
What does it mean with 3-4 games to go in the regular season to pull even with them, even up the series with Mercer, and be tied with them in the standings? Because we know going into the conference tournament,
I know you guys.
The whole format has changed.
Yeah, it does, but and we talk about the whole year, just take one at a time in league play, and it sounds like an old cliche, and it is, but it's the reality of it. We can't control anything else but ourselves, so we got to come back tomorrow at 2 o'clock and get focused for Kennesaw, and that's our entire focus right now. I mean, they're in the same. We're both 12-3. We can't change what they do. They can't change what we do, and we just got to prepare ourselves and get ready.
Do you have to guard against an emotional letdown at all for the games coming up, just because you had such a big win over Mercer to give you a shot?
No, not really at all. I mean, the way we look at it, we've never won a conference outright like that, so something we're really focused on doing. After the next game, it wasn't like, we were happy we won, but our main focus was, all right, 3 more games. We're taking it one by one, though, and we have to get ready for Kennesaw, like Coach said, tomorrow at practice, and come out there and come out with the same energy as we did tonight.
Brett, Joe said from the get-go, this is going to be a work in progress. It's going to be a work in progress. We keep thinking that maybe we've seen you at your peak, and then you play even better, it seems like. How far along are you right now, and how close are you to, just absolutely hitting that peak, hitting that stride?
Well, we're a lot better than the beginning of the year, I'll tell you that much. We still have a lot of stuff to work on. I feel like offensively tonight we were close to how good we can be. Defensively, I thought we were a lot better tonight. Rebounding the ball, obviously, was huge with guys like Jamel and Chase and Eric and Nate down there doing what they're supposed to be doing. I think really we still have a little bit of ways to go, though, and we can keep building and growing and getting better.
Coach, rebounding is considered an effort type stat. Tonight, what we saw, the 19 differential, was that effort or was it more than that?
I think there's a combination. Our effort was very good on the backboard, and we can all. You have to admit, some of it's a little bit of luck. The ball bounces at a different angle. We all like to sit here and say we're outsmarting everybody, but that's not the reality. But sometimes the ball bounces your way, and both the guys, usually the most aggressive teams win. We went after the ball tonight, and we were fortunate some of the balls bounced our way, but the exact same thing happened the opposite way 3 weeks ago. And that's part of it. That's what's interesting about basketball.
Joe, tomorrow is senior day. What has Chase meant to this team this year?
Sunday.
I keep.
It'll be senior day tomorrow too.
Yeah, I'll probably be sitting out here.
It's interesting, for us, and he means so much to our team, but he's going to mean so much to our program. And I obviously wasn't here the first 3 years, but you like to see good people get rewarded. They struggled a little bit when he first got here, and then obviously last year the unbelievable success. But it's fun to watch guys have an appreciation for how much the program's grown, and he'll always be remembered here because he's been part of growing it.
And would you address that, Brett? What he's meant to the program, etc.
I mean, he means a lot. He's one of the biggest pieces to why this program is the way that it is. I can say that. There's a few guys in him. He's one of the. He's all right. But he means a lot. And this school does mean a lot to him. He's pretty much one of the faces of this program. So it'd be nice to send him out the right way and get him a nice win in Kennesaw.
Can any of you guys talk about the way Chase has adjusted his game a little bit this year too, to pick up more of the rebounding load that some of it was? I'm sure we did a little bit more of that last year, and Chase has stepped into what you guys.
To all these guys' defense, and especially early without Eric and us trying to figure each other out, the roles are different. You lose the conference player of the year. Guys were in different roles. I mean, someone like Brett, I put pressure on him to score more. And I asked him to do that. I asked Melo to rebound. We asked Chase. We said a big difference in the season would be rebounding.
Yep.
And he's they've sacrificed some other things. I mean, it's more of a grind on him because he's got to play inside a little bit more. But he wants to win. I think these guys have figured out their roles and have adapted to them and are now starting to figure it out.
Yeah, Chase, how have you liked that role this season? It is more of a banging type role in there and crashing the boards and stuff.
I like it. It's a little bit different than what I've played in the past, but I've found different ways to score. I've found things that I was good at that I didn't really know I was good at, and I like being down there. I like being able to go body to body, push people, push them around, and let them try to hit me back. And it's something even when I was playing outside, I still cracked down on people on rebounds, and so it's a lot more fun to be able to be right inside and do it and not get called for fouls.
You told Andy Enfield you thought you were a 2 when he came here, right?
Well, I still am a 2.
We've adjusted to our 2 guys play inside now. We just flipped the floor. So 2 guys that play inside a little bit more than they used to.
Chase adjusted to the role that Coach had in mind of just being a physical guy inside and having to always be there and box out and get hit a lot. Was it an immediate, okay, or did it take a little bit of adjustment mentally?
Well, I kind of learned with Coach right away. He had a pretty good idea what he wanted, and wasn't really much use of it. But he just told me he really wanted me to get stronger from last year to this year. So when I went home, I made sure I worked on that. But it was right away, right when he told me what he wanted from me. That's what I was going to have to do for the team.
Brett, loudest crowd of the season. Do you think, and how much did they maybe help push y'all tonight a little bit?
Without a doubt, not just even the season, my entire career, this was the best crowd ever, the loudest crowd ever. It's huge. Teams. It's tough for teams to come play here in a type of environment like this with a lot of students like that and fans. So they really dictate the game a lot by their energy and just going at people over and over and over. It's fun to play in front of that too, and it gets us going and it gives us some energy too.
How much motivation do you have to come back to this now that it's kind of in your grasp now for the tournament, have this be the host site for you guys for the entire way through the A-Sub tournament now?
I mean, that's huge. Obviously that's what you want to do. You want to play at home every single game you possibly can. So having that crowd behind us and playing at home, not having to travel, it's really nice. So something we're obviously trying to get to happen. So.
Coach, same question.
No, obviously you want to play well at home, and we have for the most part. But the big thing is worry about Sunday, and then we can't control anything else. So let's get ready to practice tomorrow at 2:00 and get ready to hook up at Sunday at 1:30.
But you gotta love the idea of record crowd here now.
So it's an unbelievable atmosphere. I mean, I've been in some pretty good atmospheres, and the fans have been unbelievable. And we can't even begin to say how appreciative we are. And we respect that take their time and spend their money to do it. And we appreciate their support because they've made a difference. They don't know if they've made a difference. They've made a difference.